Good day, everyone. I am Melvin Arcibar, and together with my partner, Ms. Shikaina Aparido, and we are going to discuss the four topics that were assigned to us. And these are the making of El Filibusterismo, the summary of El Filibusterismo, the characters, and No Limit Tangere versus El Filibusterismo. Our learning objective for this discussion is first to describe the writing, publication, and reception of El Filibusterismo and how Rizal dedicated and themed the novel to honor the martyrs of the Philippine Revolution, and to identify and explain the main event, characters, and themes of the novel and how they illustrate the social, political, and economic conditions of the Philippines under Spanish colonial rule. Writing of El Filibusterismo. Rizal wrote the novel El Filibusterismo in Brussels and finished it on Biarritz and Madrid. Rizal was deeply inspired by the scenery, the rich culture, and his love interests, Nandi Bosted. However, the journey of writing this novel was not smooth, but he faced many financial and logistical challenges. But despite of this obstacle, he remained steadfast in his mission to complete the novel. Rizal was not alone in this endeavor, yet he received support from fellow patriots such as Basa, Rodriguez Arias, and Ventura. Their support and assistance to Rizal was very helpful in overcoming the challenges and completing the novel. Publication of the novel. The novel was printed in the city of Ghent with a total of 2,000 copies, making their way into the world. It was met with a great acclaim, particularly within the Filipino community in Barcelona, who went as far as publishing a tribute in the La Poblacidad. Rizal sent copies of his novel to his friend across Europe, Hong Kong, and his homeland, the Philippines. The novel also found its way in the liberal newspaper El Nuevo Regimen in Madrid, where it was serialized for the people to read. Dedication and theme of El Filibusterismo. Rizal dedicated the novel to the martyrs Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora, three Filipino priests who were executed by the Spanish authority in 1872. Their execution was a watershed moment in Filipino history, and it awakened a sense of nationalism and resistance among many Filipinos. Rizal never forget their sacrifice, and his novel is a tribute to their bravery and their commitment to the cause of Filipino freedom. The novel portrays the oppression, corruption, and injustice of the Spanish colonial system. This means that novel shows how the Spanish colonial system was cruel and unfair to the Filipino people. The Spanish colonizer exploited the Filipino for their own gain. The novel characters suffer under their oppressive system, and the struggles highlight the injustice of colonialism. Summary of El Filibusterismo. El Filibusterismo is a novel by Jose Rizal, the national hero of the Philippines. It is the sequel to his first novel, No de Metangere, and was published in 1891. The novel exposes the corruption and abuses of the Spanish colonial government and the Catholic Church in the Philippines. It also depicts the Filipino people's struggle for freedom and justice. The novel follows the return of Crisostomo Ibarra, the protagonist of Noli Me Tangere, who has assumed the identity of Simon, a wealthy jeweler and confidant of the Governor General. Simon is secretly plotting a violent revolution to overthrow the Spanish regime and avenge the death of his beloved Maria Clara, who died in a convent after being forced to take the veil by her father, a corrupt friar. Simon recruits various characters to join this cause, such as Basilio, a medical student and the son of Sisa, the mad woman who died in Nolime Tangere, Kabisang Talis, a farmer who was disposed of his land by the friars, and Placedo Penitente, a student who was humiliated by a professor. Simon also manipulates the event in the society, such as the wedding of Juanita Gomez, a beautiful and wealthy young lady, and Juanito Pilais, a vain and ambitious student. Simon plans to use the wedding as an opportunity to detonate a bomb that would kill many of the government and church officials. However, Simon's plot is foiled by various factors such as the intervention of Isagani, a poet and the former lover of Paulita Gomez, who throws the bomb into the river, the betrayal of Kiruga, a Chinese merchant who was supposed to smuggle arms from the revolution, and the death of Maria Clara, who reveals Simon's true identity to Father Florentino, her confessor, before dying. Simon is wounded by the civil guards and seeks refuge in the house of Father Florentino. There, he confesses plans and his regrets to the priest, who advises him to abandon his hatred and seek God's forgiveness. Simon dies and Father Florentino throws his jewels, which were meant to finance the revolution, into the sea, hoping that they will not be found until the Filipino people are truly ready for independence. So that's all for my part, and Rishikaina will continue to discuss the remaining two topics, which is the character of the novel and El Filibusterismo versus Nonde Mitagore.
Good morning, I am Shukayna Luisa L. Aparido, and today we will be exploring the characters and what each major character did in the novel El Filibusterismo. Simuon, or Crisostomo Ibarra. Disguised as a wealthy jeweler, Simuon masterminds a complex plan to incite a revolution against the Spanish authorities. He manipulates various characters and situations to create chaos and unrest, seeking revenge for the injustices he and his loved ones suffered. Basilio. Basilio, the son of Sisa, now an aspiring doctor, becomes entangled in Simuon's plans. He witnesses and experiences the harsh realities of society. Grappling with the challenges faced by oppressed, Basilio's character symbolizes the pursuit of education as a means of empowerment. Isagani. Isagani, a passionate poet, navigates the chaotic events in the story. He is romantically involved with Paulita Gomez but faces heartbreak when she leaves him for Juanito Palaez. Isagani represents the emotional and idealistic youth reacting to the political and social turmoil. Cabezang Tales. Once a cabeza de barangay, Cabezang Tales becomes the feared Luzon bandit Matanglawin or Hawkeye after facing numerous injustices. His son Tan inadvertently causes his death in an encounter highlighting the tragedy of familiar conflict within larger societal struggle. Don Custodio. Don Custodio, a famous journalist, reveals his true nature as an ordinary individual who married into wealth to gain status. He becomes a satirical figure or someone people mocks, symbolizing this disconnect between the elite and the issues faced by common people. Paulita Gomez. Paulita is Sagani's girlfriend who later marries Juanito Palaez. Her character reflects the complexities of relationship amid societal expectations and personal ambitions. She makes decisions based on her perceived social standing and future prospects. Father Florentino. Isagani's godfather, Father Florentino faces the ambivalence of his decision to become a priest. His character explores the tension between personal desires and societal expectations, choosing a life of solitude near the sea. Julie or Juliana de Dios. Julie, Basilio's girlfriend and the youngest daughter of Capisan Tales, represents love and companionship amid social turmoil. Her character adds a personal dimension to Basilio's struggles. Ben Zaib or Abraham Ibanez. Ben Zaib, a journalist, provides a satirical commentary on the intellectual pretensions of some members of the educated elite. His character explores the role of the media in shaping public perception. Placido Penitente. Placido is a wise student of the university physics teacher, Father Milon. His teacher reflects the challenges faced by intelligent individuals in conforming to societal expectations. Quiroga. Quiroga, a Chinese businessman, dreams of being a consul of a consulate of China in the Philippines. He unknowingly aids Simoon by keeping his weapons. His character highlights diversity within the Philippines and the impact of foreign influences. Tandang Selo. Father of Cabezang Tales, Tandan Selo raises Basilio after Cisa's death. His character represents the older generation's struggles and the passing of wisdom to the younger generation. Father Fernandez. Father Fernandez, a priest friend is of Isagani, promises to support the students' demands. His character explores the intersection of religion and activism, portraying the role of the church in societal movements. Attorney Pasta. Attorney Pasta is one of the greatest lawyers in mid-Hispanic Manila, representing the legal profession in a narrative. His character showcases the complexities of navigating the colonial legal system. Captain General, the powerful highest social in the Philippines. Captain General symbolizes the oppressive rules faced by Filipinos under Spanish colonial governance. Lastly, Padre Sibila. Padre Sibila, a Filipino friar and vice rector of the University of Santo Tomas, is a character who represents the role of the church in the socio-political landscape. So these characters collectively contribute to the intricate narrative of El Filibusterismo, reflecting the diverse challenges and experiences faced by the Filipino people during a tumultuous period in its history. Next is El Filibusterismo versus Noli Me Tangere. Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo indeed present contrasting aspects despite being crafted by the same author, Jose Rizal. The distinction between the two works lies not only in their narrative styles but also in their thematic emphasis and intended impact. Noli Me Tangere is primarily regarded as a romantic novel emphasizing emotions and portraying a colorful and humorous narrative. It carries a lighter tone, portraying the struggles and social issues through lens that incorporates freshness and wit. On the other hand, El Filibusterismo is often seen as a political novel, delving deeper into the political turmoil and the harsh realities faced by the characters. It delves into themes of bitterness, pain, and violence, portraying a more intense and sobering narrative. As I have said, it is clear that both novels have different genres and themes. Noli Me Tangere is considered to be a romantic novel with which focuses and portraying the humorous narrative, while on the other hand, El Filibusterismo is a political novel which delves deeper into the harsh realities that our ancestors faced during the Spanish colonial period. The intention was for El Filibusterismo to surpass Noli Me Tangere in length, but it ended up being shorter despite its weightier themes. There have been varying opinions on which of the two novels is superior. Rizal himself considered Noli Me Tangere as a superior novel, but and some prominent figures shared this view. However, others argued that El Filibusterismo was superior due to its refined literary style, profound ideas, and dialogue. Prominent figures such as Marcelo H. del Pilar and Retena, Rizal's first Spanish biographer, also believed that Noli is superior. However, others, including Blumentritt, Graciano Lopez Haina, and Dr. Rafael Palma, again is against the opinion of Rizal. They believe that the novel El Filibusterismo is superior to the Noli Me Tangere. Nevertheless, the debate on superiority remains largely academic. Both novels stand as important literary and historical pieces depicting the realities the Philippines under Spanish rule. They were instrumental and in fostering Filipino nationalism and played a role in the groundwork for the Philippine Revolution against Spanish colonization. Ultimately, both Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo hold their significance in Philippine literature and history. Neither the Noli nor the El Fili is superior to one another. Mariano Ponce told Rizal that Fili was indeed an excellent novel, but it was marvelous like all the brilliant productions of his pen. He also said that it was a true twin of Noli. What about you guys? Which of the two novels do you think is much superior? That is all, and thank you so much for listening. And I hope that you've learned something in our video presentation about the books Noli Me Tangere and El Filibusterismo. Thank you once again, and good morning.